Hey guys, it's your boy 4ID. I'm an artist and a visual designer, and today we're going to be talking about something quite controversial, but at the same time, I feel like you're going to understand it when you listen to what I mean. So, thank you very much for listening, by the way. Today we're going to be talking about the topic how chasing creativity or novelty can actually hurt your longevity as an artist. I know that's a play on words, but at the same time, I really want you to understand what I mean by this, and that is that you being pressured to chase creativity or chase this original style can actually lead to a point where you might not be a long-lasting artist. Your brand might not be able to stay or stand the test of time. So you might be thinking, why shouldn't you explore different things as an artist? That's the main thing that you should do. And like I said before, when you're starting up as an artist, you need to be able to experiment, you need to be able to explore different things and try out so many random styles, so many random mediums that can actually lead to a point where you might be more professional, you might be having mastery of different things. So that's very good when you're starting off as an artist. But when it comes to creating a brand that is long lasting or creating longevity as an artist, it requires something different, and that is that you create a style for yourself where over time you've been studying different things, and then you create something that this is more tied to your story, or this is something that you would like to explore as an artist. But once you get to that point, it's important for you to find out when you get there and try as much as possible to stick to that. And when I say stick to something, I don't mean that you should stay on the same thing forever until people get tired and it feels like a very redundant art style. I mean that you should stick to that storyline and try as much as possible to find ways to explore and innovate within that storyline. And this is something that doesn't just tie to being creative as an artist, it also ties to brand identity and other business strategies. Take Apple, for example, that has been known to be one of the most innovative tech companies that we know in the world today. Many of their phones are being sold around the world. At the same time, we obviously saw a point where Steve Jobs was this innovative person and he was trying to break the status quo, was trying to break what the norm was for what we understood a brand should be or what we thought technology should look like. But at the same time, when it got to a point where their phones was different, the iPod was different, the iPad was different, and they were always bringing out new things that people haven't really thought about beforehand, and then they got to a point where they understood this market. You notice that the iPhone hasn't significantly changed for the past 5 to 10 years, and that's because they've reached a point where they're trying to build longevity and rebuild on the brand that they already have, which is making little iterations to what they know works, the hardware or the software brand, and they're just little easy changes that we kind of understand, and people know what to expect from an iPhone. Take a Coca-Cola, for example, that has the same brand and has had the same taste for the past centuries. And even when they changed the Coca-Cola brand in the 1980s, there were many backlashes to it because people want to expect something from your style. People want to expect that, when I take the Coca-Cola, this is what I want to taste. When I eat KFC, this is what I want to eat. That's kind of the difference between very many new fashion brands and something like Ralph Lauren that has been doing this for I don't know how many years, but probably closer to 50 years. Or because they built a following, they just try to remake the same thing in a way where they are increasing in quality, making 3% iterations to their style, and they are not really making extreme changes to where today they are trying out a suit and next tomorrow they are doing a ball gown. Obviously they're trying their hands in different things, but you understand what I mean. Something like a Nike has the Air Forces, they have the Air Jordan, they have the Air Maxes, and those are that particularly is their brand. And so even when they make iterations to it, when they have like celebrity ambassadorship or something like that, they make small changes where it's just like the color tone, the style, like a bit of the style, a bit of the signature that they're adding to it, but they're not really making crazy changes. Now let's bring it back to being an artist. When you're an artist and you're exploring different styles, it's very important for you to try different things. But as soon as you get to something where you feel like this really explores the story that you would like to tell as an artist, this is the particular theme that you would like to explore as an artist, it's very important for you to delve deeper into that theme, where you go deep and not wide. You don't try so many different things. You're not the type of person that's talking about mental health today, and tomorrow you're talking about race, and next tomorrow you're talking about political climate or something like that. No, you're the kind of artist who understands what you would like to speak on as an artist. Now this can change with time. This would obviously change with the different phases that you are, because art, like I said, is a form of expression, and you're not expressing the same thing over and over again. You don't constantly repeat the same thing, but these are phases, and phases require that you stay in those phases and fully understand those phases before you go to something else. And so, like I said, when you find an audience that resonates with the particular style that you have, it's important for you to master that style, to do that constantly to a point where people feel like they know what to expect from you. Somebody can be walking on the road and see your style on the road and be like, this particular person need this, or maybe it's your color scheme. It can be anything. It can be your storyline, it can be the content of your work, it can be the context, it can be the technique that you use. Maybe you burn the paper, maybe you scratch wood, whatever it is that you use. It's important for you to delve so hard into it to the point where you fully understand that style before going on to some other phases. Follow your time and not the trends, because having your own audience is more important than having a bunch of audiences from different places. Why? Because those people do not have any trust in you. Those people probably don't know your name personally. They don't have any connection to you. They don't feel like they need to reach out to you, or they don't feel like they don't feel indebted to you in any way, because they already know what they want, and because of they can't really place where you are as an artist. They can't really tell that, oh, this is somebody I want to reach out to when I want to think about mental health. This is not somebody I want to reach out to when I want to think about spirituality. As an artist, pick something that you'd like to talk about. Pick a story, pick a struggle, and follow that and understand that. So guys, thank you guys for listening. This was supposed to be a very short explanation, but I hope you like this. I'll be releasing some other videos on this same topic, but maybe just delving far deeper into it. Please leave a like, subscribe to this channel, because there'll be far more conversations about stuff like this, and follow, like, share. Thanks again for listening. Today I remain 4ID. Peace.